Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Resin Me Up. Okay, you guys, we got a lot to get to today. So, in front of me, we have the Angelina fantasy film, and we have two colors here. Don't know what they are because I get these from Little Windows, and she doesn't name them. I don't know what they're called, but one is a pinkish tone and one is a blue tone, and we're going to bond them together today because after doing my red cross yesterday, I was asked to do another one today, and we're going to put this as a backing. So and then we've got some other molds we're going to pour at the same time. So we are going to bond this together. And how I do that is I put them together and then I use my heat gun. Then I've got templates for the cross and for the base. And so I have another set of this over here in case I don't have enough. So I may end up bonding two pieces just in case. So basically, this is the heat gun that I use. Let me dust it off here. It's kind of dusty. So it has a temperature gauge on the back. And when I do these, I kind of put it like basically there. And then if I need it hotter, I'll turn it up. It just depends because I'm doing this on glass. So glass kind of heats up faster than what it would on. I need a wood cutting board, but I don't have one. So basically that's where I put it, and that's where we'll start. So, oh yeah, I need my finger holders here. I use these to hold it with so I don't burn my fingers. And these are by Mod Podge, and basically they are just little rubber finger holders, and that's what I use to hold down the this so that I don't burn my fingers. Okay, and we're going to start off on low because until you get going, you need to be able to hold this down so that it doesn't blow away. Okay, all right, here we go. And we're just going to blow in a circular motion at first to get that heated up because the glass is probably cold. And then we'll bring it down a little closer till it starts to heat up. And you'll start to see that it'll start to wrinkle up a little bit. And you want to make sure you get those edges because that's where the bond's going to go. And then I'm going to flip it around. And the more you have of those little things right there, the more effects you're going to get. Now, if you want your design to be flat, you'll want to get a piece of cardboard. As you're heating this up, you can put the cardboard on top of it and it'll flatten it out while it's still warm. So, turn this back on. And you don't want to heat it so much that you're going to scorch your piece. And you'll know when you've scorched it because you can see. And so basically when you put these together, it starts to form different colors. And I like all those little things like that. I think it really gives it character. And then what you can do is you can flip it over and you can do this on the other side too to make sure that your piece is bonded. And it starts making some kind of cool effects on the other side as well. You just want to make sure you get your edges because now I'm going to put this cardboard on top of there just to make sure that it's flat. And now you can really see there's teal colors in there. There's gold, purple, blue. We've got all kinds of colors in there. And that's pretty cool, huh? Now I'm going to do the other piece too because I don't think that's going to be big enough to accommodate. Now this side, I started with the pink on top. This side, I'm going to start with the blue on top, but I'm going to cut off this extra piece of pink so that that's cutting the circulation off on my thumb. Because I don't need this piece down here. And we'll put that back over there. Okay, so we're starting off with blue on top this time. And you can actually do 3 layers if you really, really want to. I hope I can get them to go together. Okay. Now, this time I'm going to start it off a little hotter, like on high this time versus low. So I wanted to show you how quickly you can do this. I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit. And now I'm going to flip it over. Oh, wow. And we're going to get to heating it. Look at that. That teal just pops. Looks like a crater. I love that. Now I'm going to turn this back down. Make sure all of my edges are sealed. And you can literally, if you wanted to, you can take it and make your own as you're doing it. Little craters, if you're brave enough. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. Look at all those colors. I love messing with Angelina film. It is just amazing. I think I'm going to leave that one alone just like it is. Put that out here and flatten it out. It's craziness. Look at those colors, y'all. Isn't that amazing? See, now when you flip it on this side, but this side, wow. Can you guys see that in the camera? Wow. Amazing. See, and on this one over here, we didn't get that spectacular of results, but we sure did on this one. Wow. Not sure why, the difference. These things are cutting the circulation off on my fingers. So we've got a couple of different effects here, so that'll be interesting. I think I'm going to do the cross in this one. Let's see if it's big enough here. Oh yes, perfect. I'm going to do the cross in this one, and then I'm going to do the base in this one. Find just the right colors, and we'll cut the base out on that. That is phenomenal. Okay, so that's how you do that. Isn't that cool? Put my heat gun away here. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to get a Sharpie and we're going to cut around this so that it fits just right. Let me get a Sharpie. And we're flipping it this way towards the, okay, perfect. Look at those pieces. All right, these will go back in. The little envelope. For scraps. All right, I need to mix up some resin, and the other molds that we need to conquer are these two, and those are from the resin molds box. They are the only two I have left. from that box. And these are little vase molds, and I'm sure you guys have seen them already. They've been done quite a few times. But you pour both sides, and then when you take them out, this goes on top of here, and the little holes are for you to stick lights in if you want. And then this is a tree perpetual calendar, which was for Christmas, but obviously Christmas is over. But it was part of the January box, which, you know, January is not Christmas time either. So I think the whole idea behind the whole thing was the fact that January is for time to reflect on making, oh, for goodness sakes, resolutions and dates and that kind of thing. And so I think that was the whole purpose of a calendar. I don't really think it was meant to be for Christmas. And so I think that's the whole reason for it. I don't know why they chose a tree versus maybe something else, but I think the fact that it was easy to stack, you know, that makes sense to me. So, you know, it is what it is. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to pour these, this, and that, and hopefully it's not going to be 10 o'clock at night when we're done. All right, let me get some resin mixed up and I will BRB. Okay, got my resin mixed up. And I made a decision on what one I'm going to do with those. Basically, you guys know how I love the ocean, you know, ocean themes. So what I've decided I'm going to do with those is, so for this one, I'm going to put sand, shell, rock, and then water, but I'm going to use blue rock. So that way it represents the ocean. So that's what I'm going to do for those. So I'm going to set those aside for just a second. And we're going to get these poured and get them over into the curing machine so they can set aside and out of my way. So basically, we're going to put some clear resin in them, and then I'm going to run them through my vacuum chamber. Not sure where all this is coming from. Oh, well, that made a big dumb difference. Sure we got all the goobers out of there. All right, so I haven't ran these through the vacuum chamber because I was just going to pour them in here. So I'm just going to pour enough in here to just do clear in the bottom, enough to run them through the vacuum chamber and get bubbles out of these like I did yesterday. And then I'll run all of this through the vacuum chamber and get bubbles out of it. Not so much worried about that because I can put those all in the vacuum chamber and get bubbles out of them. So let me go get this in there. I'll come back and then we'll fill them up, get this on the back, and go from there. BRB. Okay. Here we go. Let's fill them up. And let's see, we wanted it, I think, this side down. We're just going to coat it with a little bit of resin here and then spray it with some alcohol. Just so we can hopefully not get any bubbles. And then we're just going to lay it down inside there, or lay it on top of there. Wow, didn't make a mess. Can you believe it? Just need it to get over top of that. I mean, I don't want it to like sink down inside there, but I do want it under the resin. Make sure we're getting any bubbles out from underneath there. Not that you'll be able to see them because it's a textured surface, but look at those purples now. You can really see that. Okay, I'm going to go put these over there in the curing machine tray so that they're out of my way. Okay, so now we are going to start with these. Okay, so the first one is sand. Put those in order here. You get a cup. We'll let that sit and settle. Okay, so there's that one. Now, this one is going to be shell. This one might be a little harder to fill. So we'll start out with just a little and then work our way up. You guys, if I'm out of frame on any of this, I apologize, but this is a disaster. I mean, it's not a disaster, it's just messy. Messy, messy, messy. All right, I'm gonna get this underneath this lip. Squeeze bubbles. Oh my gosh. And there is a section. These are definitely going in the pressure pot, just saying. Okay, let me get some of this mess cleaned up. I'm going to start dumping the remains of some of this into this cat. Okay, these are all going to sit and for just a few and let these degas, and then I'm going to put them in the vacuum chamber while I get rid of this mess. And then we'll be back in a little bit. And new gloves, new mess. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with those little vases. Okay? All right. Yeah, a little bit. What a mess. All right, BRB. Okay, goodness gracious. Got all that mess cleaned up. Got my table cleaned up. And we're going to move on to the next step. So these we're going to do in UV resin. So I got out the Let's Resin pearlescent type resin and got my UV thing over here, UV curing machine. I have more problems with this purple UV curing machine. Either it doesn't line up right or something, I'll tell you. Okay, so we are going to make these. I thought would be fun to make these some funky psychedelic little vases, just using multiple colors in them. It's kind of got a little ridiculous when we were going crazy with the rocks. And then these we're just going to do either black or white. I haven't decided which one yet. So we've got a blue and a light blue, a purple and a light purple, and then we've got green, pink, red, orange, and white. So Funkadelic to me means orange, green, pink, purple, blue. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can come up with. So just sit back, relax. And that's kind of cool looking, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to take my stick and I'm just going to pull through around this outside edge. Just like that. And we're going to spot bubbles. Okay, now we're going to cure it for 2 minutes. And then for these, we're just going to, I think, just do black is what I think. And we're going to use a tea expert for that because I don't have any black. Let's resin. And we'll just do them in layers. Okay, that's the first layer. And we'll do those for 3 minutes. Okay, so there's that. I'm assuming that the front is the front. So now for this one, let's see. Look at my colors here. Let's do I need to put my piece of cardboard up here. Let's do okay. Can you guys tell I'm getting creative here? All right. Cover that up. And we'll go on to layer number 2. Somebody asked me the other day, how long do I go between layers on time? 2 minutes. Sometimes 3, just depends. And sometimes with black, I'll just do 3. Just to make sure. And I'm using the double-sided Let's Resin lamp. So I make sure I get both sides cured. And I try to go at least 3 to 4 layers, just because you don't want to try to cure or do the whole thing at one time, because you'll end up getting bubbles and you don't want that. This stuff's kind of stringy. And after your first layer, you want to rub or go through with a tool just to make sure you don't have bubbles. A lot of people shy away from UV resin because they think it's too hard to work with. I did think that once upon a time, but now I use it all the time. Once you figure it out, figure out the tricks, and the ways to do it and not get bubbles and all that good jazz, it's pretty simple. You just always want to make sure you don't push on your sides, because once you do that and you release anything from the sides, it's going to be a nightmare from that point. Because you've just released air into your product or into your thing. And that's where all the issues start. Because once you get a bubble or air in there, then it starts causing issues from that point forward. I'm doing 3 minutes on mine. Okay, what should we do next? Let's do purple. And I really like this blue. Let's do purple and blue. Okay. That one goes in. And I should probably put you guys on pause and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, got the black ones done. I had to really scrape the bottle to get it done. So one last one. And since this one's full of hearts, let's just do pink and red. That's almost done. All right. I'm going to go ahead and back these ones with white. Can't decide if I want to do pearlescent white or just white. I think I'll just do the UV white. Just cover them with white. Okay, I'll go ahead and get these filled in and get them cured, and then I'll be right back. Okay, the last one is in the curing machine. So let's go ahead and see how these turned out. See how many bubbles we got. It looks actually kind of cool. Not bad. That one. Couple on that one. Easy fixes. Couple on that one. And a couple on that one. So not bad. Not bad at all. I think there might be just enough in here that I can fix these with. But I can do that off camera. I don't have to do it on here. This video's long enough. Basically, all I'm going to do is use this, and I'm just going to go in and fill those. I mean, you may not even see them by the time we put the tops on them. I don't know. Let me turn that upside down. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Aw, look at that. That's cute. Bright colors, and we'll put UV, clear UV on top of them so that they're a little more vibrant. Look at that. Those are so cute. Look at those. Aren't those cute? So this one goes on here. Oh yeah, you won't even see those at all. So I guess I really don't even need to fix them. It's especially on that one. Cute. Just need to go in there, get out those pieces. These are the cutest little vases, I'll tell you. But look how cute they are. So you have to glue them on there, I'm assuming. But look, isn't that cute? So there's that one. And then this, whoops, that one goes over here. So there's that one. And then your light literally goes in that hole. That one kind of covered, but I poked it out. So then your light goes inside there and then it lights those up. How cute are those? And then you glue those on there like that. So glad I went with the black. That really makes those pop. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Like that. Well, we have to wait for the other ones to get done in the pressure pot. So I will figure out what I'm going to do with these. And then when we come back to demold those other ones, we'll get these finished. But those are adorable. I'll get the edges cleaned up on them because you don't need to see me clean up edges, and get my mind made up on what I want to do with them. And then we'll come back on demold of those other items. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you back when those other ones are done. Those are so cute. Very cute. All right. We'll see you guys back on demold. Okay. Bye. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. I don't know about all these. I took them out of the pressure pot, and the cat is not done, so I'm not even going to bring that one over here and show you. But let's get these out of here. I think we're going to have issues. I don't know. We may or may not. We'll have to see. But let's get them out of here and see. Come on. Come off there. I didn't even have them in the pressure pot, I think, for maybe 4 hours. But like I said, the let me get my glasses on here. I can't even see what I'm doing. The resin was really hot. Yeah. I've got bubbles around here. Other than that, I don't see any bubbles within. It's just on this edge, on that. Okay. Let's see what kind of disaster we have with these. This one's not too bad. I do have a couple bubbles inside of there, mostly around this edge. But to be honest, it's not that bad considering it was completely full of bubbles when I stuck it in there. So that's pretty cool. It would have taken, it was going to take any of the bubbles out. So I thought that the resin was too thick. So again, took all the bubbles out here. We just have them underneath the lip, which doesn't make any difference because it's going to be sitting like that. So that's pretty cool. Now this, I don't know what happened to it. It's kind of wonky. And it has 0 bubbles, but it just looks wonky, but it's not sitting like it's wonky. So look at that. And I can fix those bubbles. So we have sand, shell, rock, and then water. So it actually didn't turn out that bad, considering I was rushing to get it done. I can fix the bubbles on the blue, but you know what? It's supposed to represent the ocean. So bubbles really don't matter, right? So it's actually kind of cool. I like it. So I need to go and get all of the things filled in. So there's that. Turn these back inside. Right. They're just covered with resin because it was so messy. Okay, so this, let's see how this turned out. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys. That is gorgeous. You can see all of those colors in there. Wow. That is beautiful. I'll have to cut trim around the edges. Not too much, but it will need to be trimmed. Look at that. My gosh. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous. Unbelievable. Now that is beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. And so then that is so pretty. I love it. Gosh, you guys, can you get over that? Can you guys see that? Wow. That is amazing. And then here's the base. Phenomenal. Now that is craze. See, and on this side, it's pink. What did this side end up being? Oh, this side even looks pretty too. It's different. It's like they're 2 different colors, even though they're the same. They were the same. I think I'm going to pull a Dawn. You know how he says everything like he's going to sell it for $500 on eBay? But look how pretty that is. My goodness gracious. I would have never thought that that would have turned out like that. Never. Never, ever, ever. Let me see. What should we do? The letters. What color? Probably white. I don't know if this one here will. Oh, wow, I missed that one big time. I really have to turn it at an angle in order to see it. Okay, I'll go ahead and get these all marked, and then I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, y'all, got that in white, all that in white, and then I glued the cross on, and then I want to show you what I want to put on the cross in the front. It's kind of hard to see. I make tons of flowers, turtles, you name it. I made a mold, I think this summer, of flowers, and I bought these at Hobby Lobby, and I just made a mold out of them. And so, and I've got all kinds of flowers, and I made molds out of them, and so I just make random flowers. And so I made so many of them that I just have tons of them, and I do different colors and stuff like that. So, and then of course this is the into resin flower mold, but this one here goes perfect with this cross. And so I thought this one and these two would be really pretty, and I want to set them right here. This one in the front, and then one of these on each side. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on there, and then I'll show you after I get it done. Good gosh. And I'm just going to UV resin them on. Isn't that pretty? So what I thought I'd do on these little flowers here is take a little bit of gold and just touch the tips. What do you guys think? I think it's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to try to talk the Red Cross person into doing flowers too. I think it's pretty. I like it. I love it. All right, you guys, I am done. I've been standing here since 7 a.m. this morning, and it is now 7:16. Oh my goodness. So I will get pictures and I will put them at the end of the video. Today didn't come without its challenges, but I think everything turned out great. Tomorrow is coasting through the week, so make sure you tune in for that. I'm going to try to keep it simple. Don't know if I can do that or not, because you guys know me. I can never keep anything simple. And that's because I love to show you guys all my craziness on this channel. So, yeah. All right. Well, like I said, I will get pictures, put it at the end of the video, and we will see you guys tomorrow for coasting through the week. And yeah, so remember, stay curious, stay creative, stay positive, and always be kind And we will see you guys tomorrow for Coasting Through the Week. And I'll tell you guys who's joining us tomorrow. And I'm sure you guys will know her. So, all right, y'all. Okay. Stay tuned for tomorrow and we'll see you. Have a great night. Bye.